Hello again my friends, Age of Triumph is Destiny's last live event before the sequel launches. It's a way for Guardians to celebrate the game's last 3 years. Bungie's latest livestream revealed some tasty new loot, including new armor, new exotic ornaments, and even new engrams. And let's not forget the return of the Blue Flame Nightfall buff, new quests, new Eververse treasure boxes, and a detailed look at Daybreak Strikes. There's a hell of a lot to talk about, so let's get stuck in. So then when Age of Triumph goes live on Tuesday, March 28th, you'll need to pay a visit to the speaker. He has a new quest for you. As you can see, you'll need to complete story missions in the featured weekly story playlist. According to Bungie, there are 12 steps, each step focusing on a different activity. Story missions, patrols, strikes, PvP, that kind of thing. Think of it as a nostalgic recap before we embark on a new adventure in Destiny 2. Next up, new Eververse treasure boxes, Treasure of Ages. These contain all the loot from Destiny's previous live events. If you're missing a piece of armor, emblem, shader, ghost, mask, ship, emote, sparrow, or even a sparrow horn, you now have the opportunity to add them to your collection. So if for example we look inside the Armor of Ages icon, we see the armor sets from all of Destiny's past live events. And if we look inside the Mask of Ages icon, we see all the masks from Destiny's Festival of the Lost events, and yes, even the Blue Skull mask is here. But if loot from past events doesn't interest you, there's new stuff too. Here we see the Triumph armor set. And if you manage to bag yourself the complete Triumph armor set, you'll unlock this Laurel Wreath shader. And check this out, 5 new exotic ornaments, one for No Land Beyond, Necrochasm, Vex Mythoclast, we even have one for Touch of Malice here, Dragon's Breath, Lord of Wolves, and Saurus Regime, and we've got some new ships too, and we also have some new shaders, Blast of War, Barrage, Brushfire, and another ship, Needle and Thread, so lots of new loot in the new Treasure of Ages packages. Right then, here's a quick Treasure of Ages recap. On the left, we have icons that represent every single damn item from past live events. You are guaranteed one of these items every time you open a box, and it's highly likely to contain something that you don't currently own. In the middle, we have 3 icons. From left to right, a Days of Iron ornament, in the middle, an icon that represents all of Destiny's consumables, and on the right, silver. You are also guaranteed one of these 3 things every time you open a Treasure of Ages box. And on the right, we have all the new Age of Triumph loot. Personally, I'm really excited to see the new Touch of Malice ornament. This is one of Destiny's weirdest looking weapons, so yeah, make that shit look even weirder. Now, these items are not guaranteed to drop, which sucks balls, so you're gonna need to get lucky. So then, how do you actually get your hands on these new treasure boxes? Well, you can purchase them for silver, or if you don't want to drain your wallet, you can earn 3 a week from the Seaver Crisis Heroic Strike playlist, the weekly story playlist, and the Crucible playlist. Next up, the updated Silver Dust kiosk, which now contains every item from past live events, so if there was a specific item you wanted, you can now simply purchase it, which means you no longer need to rely on RNG. And as you can see here, new engrams, but nothing to really get excited about. Each engram contains an armor piece from specific armor sets. For example, the Exodus engram contains a Dead Orbit armor piece. Next up, Lord Shaxx, who now has 2 available weekly bounties, both for 6v6 game modes. Next up, we're going to look at the weekly featured activities. The weekly featured raid is 390 light. You'll be able to earn new ornamental raid armor for all 4 raids. The Challenge of Elders weekly activity is also 390 light. Rewards include legendary engrams and legendary marks. The weekly Nightfall Strike is 380 light and now has a new Daybreak modifier, which increases the recharge rate for all Guardian abilities, grenades, melees, and supers, which means you'll be able to go fucking mental. Loot includes a skeleton key and random drops. We'll talk more about these new strikes in just a moment. Next up, the Seaver Crisis Heroic Strike playlist at 350 light. Loot includes legendary marks and a Treasure of Ages loot box. Next up, the weekly story playlist at 380 light. Again, loot includes legendary marks and another Treasure of Ages loot box. And finally, the Crucible playlist. This is where you'll earn your 3rd Treasure of Ages box for the week and more legendary marks. Right then, let's now look at a Nightfall Strike with a new Daybreak modifier activated. If we zoom in on the player icons at the bottom left of the screen, we see just how fast Guardians recharge their abilities. It's pretty damn quick, and the more supers you use, the more orbs you generate, turning your fire team into a mobile fireworks display. Yeah, I'll have some of that, count me in. It's worth noting that this Daybreak modifier will feature once every 4 weeks. you'll be able to play your first Daybreak Strike when Age of Triumph launches Tuesday, March 28th, and then starting July 18th, there will be a solid 6 weeks of Daybreak Strikes. And here's some other interesting Daybreak info. The Daybreak modifier will only work in private spaces, not in public ones, and some weeks will even have Rainbow Burn, which means Solar Arc and Void will all deliver more damage. Ouch. And finally, playing Daybreak Strikes will be the most efficient way of completing the strike page in the Age of Triumph record book. And guys, check this out, the Blue Flames Nightfall buff is back. This will give you a tasty XP buff while looking like you just stuck your head in a vat of fairy piss. Delightful. And finally, look at these 3 titans loitering in the tower. It's a cheeky live stream Easter egg. As you can see, Twilight Garrison now changes colour with shaders. Hoorah! Now, at the end of the live stream, Bungie teased what they'll be showing in their 3rd and final live stream. We'll get to see some of those tasty new exotic ornaments, some of the new ornamental raid armour, which Deej describes as Destiny's most spectacular armour to date, and how the reintroduction of old raid weapons will work in the new sandbox. Bungie's 3rd live stream is on Wednesday, March 22nd, and yes, I'll be doing a detailed breakdown video for it, just like this one. So then, heaps more Destiny content coming your way, so be sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications if you want to keep bang up to date with all the latest Destiny news as and when it breaks. And if you want to see my breakdown of Bungie's first Age of Triumph live stream, click the image that's just appeared. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Destiny content, and thank you so much for watching, you beautiful bastards, and as always, until next time, Guardians.